what to do. Jesus. All right, let's go in here. I know I have a mess in here. Jesus Christ. Our main focus right now is this stuff, this stuff, this stuff, and all that stuff right there. You know, if my sister knew what I was doing in her room, she'd be so upset. She ain't here. She don't know. So, her room is my car parts storage right now. Our main focus today, all of this stuff, don't worry about the sub. And then we've got all of this stuff in here. So, yeah, let's get to it. Let's get all this out and set up, and let's go through what we have and what we have to get. Everything is set up finally. So, as you see, we have a table full of parts. Let's go over what we got. Rotating assembly. Fully balanced rotating assembly. 4/16 stroker. Ford crank, Ford rods. Wiseco pistons. Texas speed. We did do the fully balanced setup. These look phenomenal. We've got in here some Wiseco -3 dish pistons. They're absolutely beautiful. Let's get y'all set right here so take a look. I'll open it up for y'all. Just take a moment to take a gander at these. Ooh. Yes, sir. Wiseco pistons. Shout out to Lee over at Texas Speed Performance. He's the one that got me set up with everything. I was asking him questions, and he had me squared away on what I needed. This also has in it, we've got wrist pins, we've got rings, oil rings, all that stuff. All in there. So that's taken care of. Next, we've got a high volume milling pump, oil pump, to supply all the oil. We have a replacement slave cylinder. Pause. Not meaning by slave, but that's the terminology of it. Slave cylinder. That's taken care of. This thing was a pain in the ass to find. Shout out to Summit Racing. They found it for me. It took the guy literally like a couple hours to find it for me, because I don't know why. I don't know why they're hard to find, but I didn't know there was even a slave, because when you look up slave cylinder for the Camaro SS, this pops up, which is your throttle bearing, which I get that all day. So the throttle bearing I already got. This is the slave cylinder to replace it, that goes into the under the pedal. So that's taken care of. We have push rods, upgraded springs for the cam that's going in it. We're going with a Texas Speed Stage 3 LS3 cam. Yes, I did confirm that does work with it still. So they did take care of that for me. Got that squared away. Now we do have a couple of issues with some things that we don't have yet. I do have a oil cooler coming in from Ishimoto. What do we got here? Oh, FIC fill injectors, 80-pound fill injectors. The reason why I'm going with these is because here in this next box I will show y'all. Sorry for the sound in the back. I ain't got a fancy work table in the garage and all that stuff. No, I ain't got none of that yet. We aren't there yet, guys. Unfortunately, we aren't there yet. With those 80-pound injectors I have, right here we got the, to support that, DSX tuning. This is for my flex fuel kit. Yes, that meaning we are gonna be on E85 and 93, you know, flex fuel, meaning we're gonna switch back and forth whenever we want. And that's just that. But going back to the clutch. Slave. Or my slave, my that sounded so bad. Pause. I mean what I said. Throttle bearing. This is what usually pops up when you put in slave cylinder, throttle bearing. They say, oh, it's an all-in-one system. No, it's not. This is your throttle bearing. All right, here with that, I bought some supporting stuff. I've got a billet piece, billet all the way across, because this right here pops off, right? This slips in here just like that and sits in there. This makes it a lot smoother compared to what this is. This has a ridge and a bunch of stuff. But this right here, this plastic piece actually comes out. You can see it moves inside of there. This comes out and comes apart, and this slips in there where this, it'll replace the piece that's in here. This is a plastic piece, this is billet. So the thing about the Camaros is, and I think the SS's, the Pontiacs, not the Pontiac, but I think the SS's had the same issue. I'm not sure if Corvettes have the same thing. I haven't looked at a Corvette clutch system yet or anything like that, because I mean, I don't have any friends that have Corvettes. So, but this billet piece slips in there, takes care of that. Also with that, from Lethal Performance. Hey Lethal, tell me why this was fucking $49. $49 is shipped to my house. 49 bucks. Why? Just why? All right, so we have, and I am mic'd up now because I didn't like the way the sound was. I need to get a quality mic. I will do that soon. Probably here in the next couple weeks or so. Geez, as I was saying, the brake master cylinder does tie into the clutch, which goes down to the slave. And from the slave, of course, it goes under your throttle bearing, to your clutch, down to the pressure plate, all that stuff. So this will take care of the issue with having to bleed it and all the issues with bleeding them, because that is where the issues pertain. So we do have in here jegs, just a fuel pump, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Right here, I believe, was my injectors. Yeah, those are the injectors. We already went over that. On top of the fuel pump box, which is jegs over here. My injectors, nothing fancy, whatever. All right, let's get to the nitty-pitty. What do we have here? It looks like we have a rear main seal. That's what that looks like. I want to say that is a rear main seal. Let's throw that back down in the box. In the box, let me move y'all so y'all can see me. Move you out of the box over here. Don't mind the ice maker behind you. Lifter trays, LS3 lifters, bearings, cam bearings, all that stuff. In here we have, this is my trunnion kit for the heads, for the push rods, and actual rocker arms, not push rods, but for the rocker arms to be able to actually rotate more rather than being limited. So I do have a trunnion kit, crankshaft bolt, and this one we have, what is this one? Oh, head bolt kit. What did I buy? No, I just bought the head bolt kit. More bearings, Rollmaster, timing chain. Why is there a Sour Patch Kids in here? Let's look at these beauties. Let's look at those beauties. I did say forged rods. I didn't show y'all them. Let's see. So, of course, they have all the information on them. Assembly lube, all that stuff. Take a gander at these. Ooh, Texas Speed. These are forged rods. Texas Speed's forged rods. Same thing with their crankshaft. It is from Texas Speed. All of it is balanced, pre-balanced, or I guess you could say assembly and balance and all that stuff. So everything should be perfect and ready to slap in. Now, the one thing I am going over right now, I'm dealing with is I'm dealing with the motor shop, trying to figure out not figure out, but basically time frame. Time frame is just the biggest thing that I'm going over right now, and trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to get the motor in, because I've been told 3 months, I've been told 2 months. Yeah, and when your car is just sitting and you get to look at it every day, it sucks. There's no motor in here. Mind you, yeah, I got some things to do. What is this? Who did that? And that one. Whatever. So we do have to do a couple things with the bumper. I am gonna do a video on how to fix this stuff right here. With plastic weld. I did not mean to rub it up against that, but we are gonna do a couple things to show what I got to do to fix that. And yeah, so the biggest thing I'm waiting on right now is, again, a motor builder or an engine builder, I guess you could say, whatever you want to call them, and go through that. I'm still waiting on parts. I've got an oil cooler coming from Mishimoto. Mishimoto expanded oil cooler that mounts up in here, so I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not sure if I want to do head work yet to the car and get it, pushing as much power as I want. Because like I said before, I didn't want this to be the fastest one. The fastest car I have, not the fastest car out there, of course. People are way faster. But I wanted to have fun with it. I was going to cam it, do all the stuff to it, just leave it. And then, later on down the road, if I, got a little bit more change in the pocket, I would do, something crazy with it, build it, whatnot, do stuff like that. But, yeah, now I'm looking at a couple months on waiting. Well, I'm in line with one. It's like one more month for that one, and then I think this next one should be calling me next week. The guy told me give me a shout in like 2 weeks and let me know. So yeah, so I do have one more thing I didn't show y'all, which is the clutch that is going in this. So let me get back inside and I'll show y'all the clutch. So in this big box, I did forget. Oh man, right here, this thing, dude, this thing was extremely expensive. It is a twin disc street clutch from McLeod, stage 2 racing clutch, or I guess you could say a street clutch that they have. I looked at the shipping thing. Okay, my pilot bearing did come with it. Okay, I'm gonna take this pilot bearing out. Put the pilot bearing in here. I'll just stuff that down at the bottom. Get out there. Come on, get out there. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it's a street twin aluminum diaphragm GM LS 26 blind clutch. So there she is. Ooh, my $1,200 stickers. The only issue that I have with this right now that I have seen is this. Now, how in the world? What? I saw that. So I've got to get with McLeod and get a new one, because yeah, I mean, this thing is not gonna align a clutch anytime soon, to say the least of what it's gonna do. But yeah, we haven't pulled it out or anything. I mean, there's like pieces of alignment tool everywhere, so I haven't fully touched this. I haven't looked at it. Jesus. Flywheel touched with it. Jeez, this thing is actually really heavy. Well, I guess it's because of that flywheel. But yeah, so we're a good amount in already on parts. I basically have everything to build the motor. Not basically, I mean, I do. The only thing I'm going to get the guy to do, the machine shop, I'm going to get them to go through the motor, not the motor, but the heads, resurface them, get that one that was, y'all saw that was messed up, get that touched up. And then, yeah, I mean, everything else we have is going to go in the car. I've got to do that brake reservoir conversion, to, the reservoir, a remote reservoir for the, clutch itself. I'll probably do a video on how to do that. And just kind of go over a couple things on what I'm going to do. Yeah, and then we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, so that's what I have so far. That's what I have so far. What's going in the car and what's on the, what's on the parts list. So yeah, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up, put back in my sister's room. Um, shout out to my sister because she hasn't said anything to me. Shout out to my sister because she hasn't said anything to me about having all my parts in her room. But yeah, so now y'all see what I'm working with, what I've got, what the plans are. We're not fully done. I don't, I've got a couple of little goodies I want to do to it. I'm not going to do anything that's more power additive, like, throw nitrous at it or anything crazy. But she will be a fun toy. A fun toy. But this is just a little short recap video just to see, just to show y'all what I got for the car, what's going on in the behind the scenes. I've got to get my buddy over here to wash this thing. And we've got some things we got to do to touch up, the car itself. Like, I want to fix this wheel. She has curb rash. Um, and yeah, I've got some things I want to fix and take care of. I do have some carbon fiber goodies that are supposed to go inside the car. Just little minute things that make it look appealing inside. But y'all let me know, what else should I do? I mean, I don't really know what else I should do. I know I want to do some suspension work in the back. I mean, you see the front's monster trucking again. The back is still squatting and pretty close there. Oh yeah, I am gonna get a set of wheels for this thing. I forgot about that. I'm gonna get a set of wheels for this thing. Another set. To, of course, I'm gonna have a drag setup for the back. I'm not probably gonna go crazy with the wheels, but I am gonna do a drag set with it, or a ET Street, something like that. But yeah, so until then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Y'all stay safe, and yeah, so peace.